I'd have you know, he copied me. Do you know what it's like? You know, it's like one of those. It's like one of those weird. Have you seen Twins? Have you seen Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, where they're supposed to be like twins, but they look nothing alike? That's what that. It's like literally we're like brothers from another mother. Guys, he copied me. Actually, wait, hold up. This, you know, this jersey is from '94. This is from my big brother. My brother actually gave this to me in '94. So this is literally from 1994. When is yours from?
I don't know. I just saw it. I bought it.
Oh wow! Oh no, but see, my thing is like I got this in '94, so this is the authentic 1994 during the World Cup jersey and everything. So this, bro, this might actually be one of the most valuable things I own because everything else I bought vintage. This is what's passed down to me by my big bro. So guys, look, it is what it is. Welcome back to Stream It, okay? Finally, welcome back to bomb-ass, trash, crappy, HD, no 4K, stupid, no slideshow, no sexy, simple as dollar store, filthy, stinking, boring, Yawnsville, bottom central, crappy, no good, useless StreamYard. But it works. But StreamYard works. And I'm in sync with Ricardo and everything's great. So guys, we're going to do this again. This work is going to call TikTok. And at least now we can actually go back and forth rather than me trying to invent things and do 4K, 5K, 8K, 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 8K. So what's going to be on the show, guys? We're going to talk about your boy, the tree trunk from Norway. We're going to talk about Rafaela. Call me. I'm going to choose between you and Maria Gabriela. Rafaela, you look good, but that booty, yay. That's right. Shout out to your boy, Felix, man. Don't watch your girlfriend get pound. Okay, easy. So we're going to talk about Felix and we're going to talk about Reece James's injury. Rege, why did your sister stamp on my Nigerian sister at the Women's World Cup in freaking Australia, where the Aborigines, man. Free the Aborigines. Shout out to your boy, Ansu Fati. We're going to talk about Ansu Fati. Why are you not giving my black brother the number 10 jersey? Is there prejudice at Camp Nou? And we're going to talk about Messi saying that I don't give a damn about that Ballon d'Or. Let that Portuguese hairdresser care about that bomber. So no, easy. He didn't say that. I was just joking, guys. Easy. I was just joking. So guys, like the vid, subscribe if you're new, and let's these two. And Ricardo, here's the thing. People think I'm lying. So Ricardo, you, as a South American, you should know. Do you know that they speak Yoruba in Brazil? Did you know that?
I think it's in Bahia, right?
Yes, Bahia Blanca.
Yeah.
Because people keep thinking I'm lying. That is where the Brazilians my mom said are from. Shout out to my uncle Santos and my uncle Cosmas.
You're from Brazil.
My grandmom on my mom's side half Brazilian.
We need to see a video of some tech, or else.
No. Look, I don't know. Look, all I'm saying though is that guys, it's called, and also you're a history merchant. Slavery tax. It's called slavery.
No, I specifically learned about the Atlantic slave trade in that city of Brazil. So no, you are correct.
Yeah, so it's basically because a lot of the slaves were taken from West Africa and they kept their language. So if you go to Bahia Blanca, they still speak Yoruba and they still maintain a lot of the African traditions, which again we all lost due to colonialism, Christianity, and all that kind of stuff. So shout out England. Wait, did you know that that Bomas Lugard named Nigeria. And Nigeria was named after that guy's chick. His side
Wow.
piece named a country. Do you know how sexy? Do you know how messed up that is?
Your country's a side piece.
So a country was named by some random white dude's side piece. That's basically a Karen named a country. A random Karen named a country. That's crazy. So guys, like the video, subscribe, guys. Feel free to send in a Dubinsky or a super chat. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is in there, man. Whites, blacks, Latinos, everybody, Native Americans, Aborigines, polar bears, Eskimos. All you guys are in there. Shout out to my elderly white people, man. Things have changed. Blacks now have rights. So, but do you know what's so weird? Every time I'm walking in the streets and I see like an elderly white guy, I always feel a bit iffy because I'm like, this guy's probably from the 50s or the 60s. And I'm like, bro, times have changed, man. I can also say whatever the hell I want. So it is what it is. I always like that, So I was like, but again, Ricardo, what are they going to do? If they fight me, who's going to win?
Okay. Well, I think it'll be like a senior citizen fight, to be honest.
Yeah, it's cool. Guys, I dare a 90-year-old to step to me, bro. Even with me, has a freaking full muscle in my back. No 90-year-old white dude is gonna say what's up to me, man. Shout out to my white guys out there. Bill Hamble is my best friend, so I can't be racist because my best friend is white. So, now let's do this. Let's talk about the Lixie. So, in that bomb-ass, trash-ass 4K stream that failed spectacularly. Here's the thing. So my Peruvian Brazilian here. What's wrong with Felix? Is he trash? Is he crap? Did he just sign a bad deal? Should he induct George Mendes? Because what we're not gonna do is put Felix in the same category as Nyong and Timo Werner. We're not doing that. You see, Nyong and Timo Werner and Conor Gallagher, these guys, they promote trashness and brickness. These guys give me, a guy who has not played football in years, hope that I can actually make it a professional. So because, Ricardo, here's the thing, this is my shit. Mendes, you bum-ass idiot. Why sign a 5-6 year blood pact? Why are you signing a 5-6 year blood pact at a club like Atleti? What happened to 3 years, 4 years? Why would you commit 8 years to one club? Because you've not committed 8 years to one club without doing that. Because here's the thing. You do 3 years, man, this club ain't good. Chill. 2 more years, good. Bro, this clown still has like 2 or 3 more years left on his damn blood pact contract. So signing the 8-year thing is crazy. So Ricardo, why don't your boys Barca say, Felix, since you think Neymar is nothing but a party Twitch animal?
Look, Felix, I think anybody who's watched I remember when Felix, he had a kind of his big season at Benfica back in 18-19. Everybody, when the rumors started floating around which team was going to take him, Atleti was the one that pretty much were the ones that paid the release clause for him. I think a lot of people knew that this was a terrible choice, just because you look at who João Felix as player, his profile, and who Simeone Atletico were. It just, I kind of knew at that time that this was not going to work. Now, obviously, João Felix probably, and his agent, which is Jorge Mendes, probably agreed to that. It was like 7-8 years or something like that, which at that time was absurd. Very rarely a player. I remember, I think it was Iñaki Williams or Iker Muniain who signed like a 9 and a 10-year deal to Athletic Bilbao, which, to be fair, Bilbao is an anomaly of a club in terms of how they produce players. But João Felix, it was a terrible move from the start. Him going to Barcelona at that time. I remember at that time I was like, João Felix could be a great signing for Barcelona. But after everything that has happened in between, I don't think many people question his talent. Like, the talent is there. I think people question the consistency. People question the mentality, especially because he, like I said earlier in that brick stream, this guy, anytime you hear about him is what's going on in his personal life. And if you know about João Felix's personal life, this guy is weird. He's weird. There's no way. So, I mean, he's dug himself in a hole. I honestly do not feel bad for him at all because, like...
Wait, hold on. Why not?
because he's made a series of bad, not only career choices but personal choices. And
Okay,
so,
here's my thing. Do we know the details of him signing a blood pact with Atleti? Was that fully his choice, or was a nuclear warhead pointed to his face?
yeah, I'm willing to believe the latter, to be honest, just because whoever the hell advised him to go to Atleti, bro, there had to be some financial
Oh, for
incentive.
sure. Like, no, no, no. The 1,000%, someone got paid very well. And my thing is that I can't chastise. How old was he? Like 19 or 20?
Like, yeah,
No, no,
well,
I
he's
thought was he even. I
23
think it was like
now.
even 18
He's
because
like 18, 19.
yeah. So I'm sorry. I am not going to hold a freaking teenager responsible for a huge move like that because if you're a teenager like that and you're of that kind of a profile where you're seen as the greatest talent since Cristiano to come out of Portugal, bro, I'm not going to put it against you because the key thing is who are the guys around you, who are the guys surrounding you that advise you, and somebody gave him some trash breakers advice. It's
Yeah,
fact.
yeah. I think with Felix, I think he might have been a product of Jorge Mendez's kind of how he likes to operate in Europe. He likes to have one of his clients in like pretty much each major team, which is a big reason why the whole Ansu Fati, João Felix situation is going on. And I think he wanted one of his players in Atletico de Madrid. So, uh, like I said, this was a terrible career choice, and I honestly for Felix, I don't see how he
Take him a
revives his.
Barca. Save him. Take him a Barca. Save him. Save the technique. Save the technique. Ricardo,
Nah,
save the
man.
technique. Ricardo, we can't have that bum-ass tree trunk from freaking Thor country being the face of football. Because let's, guys, yes, bro, I'm speaking to you losers in the streets. You losers in the streets. If I have to choose between Felix and a tree trunk from from freaking Thor country, I'm choosing the Portuguese. I'm choosing the Portuguese Adam 22 over the Norwegian Thor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, Felix. I think he's. I think I said earlier too. Like at Barcelona, I actually think idealistically, for especially for Xavi, I don't think. I think
Wait,
it
sorry,
kind of
I don't know
works.
whether you're wrestling because I think it's picking up some of your wrestling
Oh,
on your mind.
sorry, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think for Felix to go to Barcelona for Xavi, I think it's a move that Xavi would want because I think I like stylistically, João Felix is kind of always. I've always seen him as a Barcelona esque player because he depends a lot on his technical quality. But he's one of those players that I don't think the negative weighs out the positives. I think his personal life, his career choices, his inconsistencies doesn't outweigh the quality he has. Respectfully, I think when you look at someone like okay, I mean Neymar's an anomaly of a player, but I mean even though Neymar was always injured and his lifestyle pretty much was not really the most professional, but when he played, he was undeniable. So I think that's one of those things you have to weigh, and I don't think João Felix makes up for that.
Let me take some quick Dubinskis here, man. Shout out to Alhambra. Thank you for the Dubinsky, Alhambra. Thank you for the Dubinsky. HH used the Mason Mounts of streaming platforms. Look, Ecam is good, but it has to be solo. So for solo stuff, I'm going to be rolling 4K on Ecam. But for guests, hangouts, and other stuff, hey, StreamYard works, man. StreamYard works. So it is what it is, man. You live and you learn. Detroit Rock City. I'm done with Bayern after signing a. Okay, I'm not going to say that word. I'm not going to say that word because I'm just not going to say that. YouTube tags. Detroit's Rock City, man. You have Kane. Here's my thing. I dare you to go trophyless through Kane's sports gene. That's what I'm saying. I dare to go trophyless via there. Shout out to your boy Casey. Enzo signed an 8-year contract with the English ISIS. Casey, here's the thing though. When we win the UCL with Enzo, the Premier League with Enzo, and multiple trophies with Enzo, Casey, don't send me a DM saying I want to join. Because Casey, I still have your message saying that how for please don't tell anyone, but I'm actually really envious of Chelsea. And if I was to leave Barca, I'd actually want to be a Chelsea fan. Casey, I still have that DM that you sent me of you twerking for Chelsea. So once we start winning trophies, Casey, don't stop running back. All right. So let's do this again. So let's talk about that number 10 jersey, man. Um, so we can all agree that Fati might be the worst number 10 Barca have ever had in.
Okay. Yeah, hold on.
Wait, hold on. The guy never even got started, bro. Like literally, the moment he got to give the number 10 jersey, he said, "Yo, hold on by my beer. I'm going to the local hospital to say what's up." I don't put the better say, "Hey,
Yeah,
what's
there
up?"
might be a debate. There might be a
No, no, no,
debate.
no. There could be a debate that he might be the worst number 10 jersey in Barcelona's his history because the moment the guy gave me the shirt, the guy just freaking tanked, bro. So, um, but it's sad. It's sad that it has ended up this way with Ansu Fati, and we're now in a situation where, with all due disrespect, he's now heading to Arsenal. Um, because okay, let me be objective here. Barca to Arsenal, is that a downgrade, an upgrade, or is that a vertical move?
I mean, I guess
Wait,
you
wait,
would have.
hold on. No, sorry, horizontal. This is horizontal. This is
Yes,
vertical.
yeah,
So,
horizontal.
so, so, is it a horizontal move? So, horizontal downgrade or upgrade from Barca to Arsenal?
I think, unfortunately, currently in what's today's date? August 17th. Some of you guys are already on the 18th.
Yeah,
Um, I think it's actually a horizontal move. Arsenal are doing well. Like,
no, yeah.
Arsenal are doing well. Barcelona, I don't know. I mean, you guys already know how I feel about Xavi. So, for right now, it's a
Respect
horizontal
your
move.
legend. Respect your legend. Respect your legend.
But I think, to be honest, I'll be honest. I don't think Ansu to Arsenal actually makes much sense either. Because Ansu isn't really a striker, but he isn't even a left winger. He's more of a left forward, and he likes to come in a lot. And I'm looking at the players that Arsenal have at their disposal. I think Gabriel Martinelli and Trossard
Saka.
are. Well, Saka's more on the right
Oh,
side,
so,
but
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. They're both really good. They're both really
they're
good.
both good. And I don't know. I don't see how Ansu even gets a starting spot on that team. And not only that, but I mean, I could see it because the way the Premier League works is a very open, fast paced league. And for Fati, like he succeeds when there's a lot of space. But
Hmm.
to me, I'll be honest, I never thought Fati was the fastest winger. I never thought he was the best dribbler or the greatest of passer. I thought Ansu Fati's quality was his ability to score goals. Now, maybe that's something Arsenal need because they don't have a like out and out goal scorer. Like they have in Ketia, they have Gabriel Jesus, who really like they're not your pure finishers. I mean, their best goal scorer would be Saka. I think Saka probably has the best foot on him in that team. So you adding someone like Fati from the left hand side who can
So
provide.
basically, you're saying Arsenal shouldn't go for Fati. That is, it's a useless
Well,
move.
well I
No,
think for
no,
right now,
because you're telling him to f off. You're throwing him out into the streets with his bags and everything. So since you're throwing him into the streets and you are ripping that number 10 jersey off his back while he's still wearing it, it is well within your rights to say, okay, you can't kick a kid out and say fend for yourself. If you kick a kid out, you give him someone and say, yo, under the bridge, go there, but just don't accept that the drugs given to you under the bridge in LA. So my thing though is that what advice are you giving to Fati since you're telling him to piss off from Barcelona? Like, because if not Arsenal, where? Don't say Newcastle. Don't say Pescara. Don't say Lugo.
I mean, what team? I actually think Fati would succeed in a team like Atletico Madrid. I don't know how many people get on that because Atletico do like playing on the counter a lot. Oh my god! No, I'm being serious because he's not the most technical player, for being honest. And look at Atleti, like look at Memphis Depay. Did you see that goal he scored the other day? It was insane. He, like I said, he needs to play with space. Like Ansu, like I'll be honest, I've lost faith on that guy. It's everything's depending on hope on this guy. For Barca, I don't. Like I said, when it comes to the Barcelona fan base, I'm more on the side of selling this guy more so than keeping him. But I
So,
think
but how many people in the Barca fan base actually still want to keep him though?
oh, there's a
As in
lot.
this sections actually still want to keep him.
No, there's a lot because he's a La Masia player. Like there's an actual tax in this fan base with La Masia. If you come from La Masia, you're like you have a grace period of like 10 years. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. Yeah, but I think what would, like I said this earlier, what hurts for me is that if if Fati gets sold before Ferran Torres, like that is unacceptable in my opinion. Uh, but right now, Fati's value as a player is as high as it can be right now. Because if he goes another season, has a shit season, and then
He's
what
not
the hell
but
is he
see,
worth?
what is Fati's value really? Like, if you look at what he did last season, what is his market value? What is his selling points? Because are people even talking about Fati? Because I don't think that he even puts forth any kind of a strong argument to be like, oh, yo, I'm that dude. How many games did he play? What did he do last season? How many great performances did he have? So my thing is that his market value, I think there's just a question mark on his market value in terms of like, okay, he used to be amazing. There's great potential there. But lately, it's like, okay, we don't really know what Homeboy is freaking doing. So like Messi. That's why it's sad because I thought this guy could really have been something. Because when Messi was there, bro, remember the amount of times he would come off the bench and score the winning goal, score the kick goal, and how quick and clutch he was. Remember, he was the guy that knocked out Inter Milan without Bombas drug using Conte in the UCL group stage. So my thing though is I don't know for Fati, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
don't.
bro.
He's in a weird situation where like he's probably doesn't want to leave because this is the club he grew up, and he knows like anything else outside of Barcelona is a downgrade because
Yeah.
he's not going to Bayern Munich right now. The Italian teams are at least the big Italian teams are kind of not there like as like a superpower. So he knows any club I go to is not going to be as big as Barcelona. So for him to downgrade, maybe to an Atletico Madrid or one of the Premier League side. I mean, if the Arsenal links are true, who knows? Like Arteta can do something with the guy, and I think philosophically, like it kind of matches. So we'll have to see. But I wouldn't be surprised if he actually doesn't leave, as much as the rumors are being spread out.
All right. So let's talk injury. Um, so um, guys, my captain, my El Capitano. This is sad. You see, guys, nope. See, all of you people who sent me tweets with a smiley face of Reece James getting injured, you know that you're sad and you have no parents. Like any people who, if you champion Reece James's injury, a guy who is the best right back in the world on form, you're a loser and you have no parents, or your parents adopt, or your parents like they put you up for adoption. Because if you love football and you're a fan of football, this is sad news. We are here for put all that tribal crap aside. Put all that tribal crap aside. We are here to promote the techniques. We're here to promote the strong legs and the true talented players. Reece James is the face of the next generation, whether you like it or not, you stupid idiots. You stupid idiots. Reece James is right there with Mbappe, Pedri, Musiala, and all those dudes, whether you like it or not. That's not my opinion. That's not my viewpoint. That is a scientific fact. That's a scientific fact. And I just think that it is very, very sad that we're now in a situation where this guy's getting injured. Injury upon injury upon injury. It's messed up. Because, I'm sorry, my guy, my main man, like, you see, for me, I don't have much emotions. I think I was born without any emotions. But I'll tell you right now, I will shed, I've not shed a tear in about 20 years' time. So I'll actually shed a tear for the first time in about 20 years if Rhys James's career is cut short because of injury, because that would be disgusting. That would be anti-football. It would literally be anti-football if one of the greatest defensive talents of our lifetime gets stopped due to injury. Do I think injury will stop him? I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus. I can't see the damn future, you fools. All I'm saying is that I hope. I pray. That's why my name is Half Hope. Ricardo, please tell me. Give me give me give me a shred of hope, a shred of faith that I can hold on to, that my guy Reece James, one of the most talented players of the future, is going to defeat, destroy, and take up this injury. And injury will not stop my captain, my leader, the face of my team, and hashtag McBad. You know what McBad stands for. I know you do. So go for it.
Look, I think what you're gonna go through with Rije is exactly what Barcelona fans are gonna go what I went through with Usman Dembele and kind of what we're going through with Ansu Fati. You guys are just gonna operate on hope that he becomes something that he never was. There's no denying he's a good player when he plays. The same thing with Usman Dembele. Not so much about Ansu anymore, but when he plays, he's money. There's no denying that. But at some point, you really have to ask your question: is like, this is just the player who he is. Like, this is the one thing I've experienced as a Barcelona fan. Is like Usman Dembele. Like, this is the player he was always going to be. He was never going to change. This hard cold player, this injury prone player. This is what he was going to be. It's the same thing with Reece James. He's going to be injury prone, and we're kind of seeing it.
But you know why it's different? Usman Dembele was just a guy off the street. This is my captain, and it's my leader. So a guy off the streets and literally the face of your club and the face of your academy. And Ricardo, he's the greatest talent Chelsea have produced since that racist adulterer called John Terry. So this is a lot much more of a big deal and way more painful than Usman Dembele, who you very easily sold off. Like, Ricardo, imagine if all these injuries were the guy behind me. Imagine if it was this who was constantly getting injured. How would your midfield work? And how would you feel?
No, it's a fair assessment, but it's kind of just like the whole Neymar situation. Like, he's so good, he's undeniable, but he's injured. So it's like, I mean, there's probably the difference in the discrepancy between the player's quality, but I mean, what were you expecting less? Like, there's no way you thought at the start of the season. Like, I'll give you the benefit of that. You didn't think he was going to be injured on the first game of the season, but there's no denying that you knew at some point Reece James was going to get injured
Oh
for a
yes,
length
yes,
amount of time.
yes, yes,
Exactly.
yes.
So,
But not the first freaking game, man.
well, yeah.
The first game officially as a captain, not the first game, you know. The heck? Not the first game. At least give me 6, 7 games to build up to it, man. Not that opening day at the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Araujo just got injured as well, and he's one of the captains of the team, I believe. He's injured for like 4 to 6 weeks. Like, this is just something that even us Barcelona fans have to accept. Like, he's gonna have to. You're gonna have to realize that at some point he's gonna get injured. You just gotta roll the dice. Hopefully, it's not at a pivotal moment. But for Reece James, man, like, this is just kind of who he has been, has always been. And I think there at some point we need to have the conversation. Like, can you really be one of the best right backs in the world if you're not even available for half the
Wait.
season?
He said we need Ricardo. Last I checked, this is a free world. I don't need to do anything. So shout out to Lil Wayne and the position. I don't need to do anything. So I don't need to have that conversation. All I need to do is just hope. Hope.
Yes.
You know?
But like I said, that's what your fan base is operating. You're operating on the hope that he will one day maybe not be injured from. But I can tell you now from experience, that's not gonna happen.
Shout out to your boy Minecraft the Diamond. To be honest, Javi had an ACL injury, came back and won everything. Ricardo, talk to me. Ricardo, talk to me. Talk to me. There's hope.
No,
Ho.
you never know. It could happen. But like Xavi, maybe an anomaly of a situation. Many people who get ACL injuries don't really come back to be.
So Ricardo, Ricardo, what you're telling me is that the ACL it ain't the end of the road. There is evidence that people have rolled over an ACL injury. So you being a pessimistic prick was what I planned.
Well, I mean, like, you got to look at the positions they play too. Reece James plays a far more explosive position than Xavi, so you got to take that into account.
No, I don't actually. Alhambra. Thank you for the double into Alhambra. Fati links just shows that Arsenal overrates Arteta's ability to improve players. Havertz and our answer will be one of many transfer mistakes to come. Alhambra, let me say this right now. We schemed and scammed those guys off Havertz because how those guys paid that much for Havertz, I think is crazy. I am taking a injured dollar store Ansu Fati over a fully fit prime Havertz. Kai Havertz is garbage. He's garbage. So if Arsenal to get Ansu Fati, I do feel if Ansu Fati stays fit, that's the key thing. If he stays, the only thing holding Fati back is his fitness. If he stays fit, I think he'll do better than Havertz. Havertz is trash. Everyone knows that the guy's garbage. Shout out to Alhambra again. Thank you for the dub. HH. Uncomfortable conversations need to be had. No, they don't. On Regi, 2019-2020 ankle, 2020-2021 ankle, 21-22 hamstring, 22-23 hamstring. Body comp is off for a right back. You see, here's the thing. Do you think he needs to lose weight?
He does have a quite like
Yeah, he's very hefty, especially for a right back.
yeah. To be honest, that could just be their build. Like, no offense, but I seen his sister. She kind
Oh,
of
yeah, no,
has
yeah,
the,
yeah, Lauren James.
yeah, she kind of has the same build.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what's wrong with people? Wait, you don't like women who are like,
No. I'm just saying this is probably
you
just
hate
a
her?
genetic thing. So I mean, he got the R9 build, so it is what it is.
Your boy. Shout your boy David Seaman. Reese's hamstrings in pieces. Reese's pieces. Great player, unlucky. David T, worry about winning your first trophy since I think 2011 or something. So I think you have basically David T, worry about Mason Mount trying to control the ball and stay on the pitch. So and worry about Anthony as well, and worry about a certain guy who you're going to bring back after that order that we had. So basically, there's a lot of things that you need to worry about. Okay, so keep your wood green. Keep your wood green. So let's what we're gonna do. Okay, okay. You know what? Let's hit this right now. Let's hit this right now. So, Nene. So we went into this a bit on the members hangar, but like Ricardo dropped a few gems. So guys, remember, if you want to follow the Peruvian on X videos or twitter.com, it's the same as that thing that it says Ricardo Uyema. I mean, wait, hold up. Your handle is your name?
Yeah, simple.
Bro,
Oh,
so wait, hold on. You don't have a nickname?
why would I have? Oh, I did have one in the
Wait,
past,
hold
but
on. Wait, your handle is your name. Wait, hold on.
Oh my god.
nah.
Wait, so you don't have a nickname, something like
Well,
Ricky, Rikinski, Peruvian, Perulolo, what? Hey, Ricardo Yema, my bit. Why would you put your governments out there?
what do I have to lose? What am I scared of? I mean,
It's called a digital alias.
man, people always find that like people already know what your name is.
No,
So-
no, no, they don't. So you're laughing. No, they don't. So, guys, that guy that you see flaring, he looks a lot like me. I admit, he does look similar to me. That's not me, bro. Like nobody has ever seen what I look like. So no one knows. So basically, this whole thing of half of, and also remember, this name was made up. It was through thanks to Halo 2. Because I played Halo, so this was my Halo 2 username. Because my Halo username was Hope. Some sad idiot took Hope. Then I was like, okay, what do I do then? Half Hope. So Half Hope came through back in '04 thanks to Halo 2 online. Wait, Rick, get a freaking nickname, man.
No, well, it's corny at this point. Everybody already knows me by my name.
Man. All right, so guys, let's talk about Nene, man. Wait, hold on. Let's talk about Nene. Let me bring in Nene. Um, so look, he has said goodbye to his PSG teammates. It's over now. Okay, before we go through, now I have Transfer News Live blocked on Twitter, and they're one of the guys alongside something. I think So alongside the Madrid zone and managing Barca, I have them muted on thingy, but they tweeted this out and they said that have you seen the amount of stuff that they've given Neymar in Saudi? Like servants, 6 bedrooms, everything he does is fully paid for. But people believe that he moved there because of Cristiano. So, okay, cool. I mean, look, before we really get into the whole Neymar thing, I mean, perception wise, what does this say? Like him going to Saudi to la 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 la.
Well, I think based on what has been said, I think Deco actually kind of revealed because he recently got he got a job promotion. He got promoted to the sporting director of Barcelona.
Also, he's taken over El Mananani.
Yeah, that guy, Matteo Alemani. He actually said that we didn't have like the liquid finances to make the transfer happen.
Shout out to Bartomeu.
Yeah.
Job done well. Inside job done well. Bartomeu, what's up?
Shout out to Bartonomics, man. Elite level. No, so that's what he said. So it couldn't happen. I think Neymar, I do believe Neymar's words that he did say that he only wanted Barcelona because I think there was a lot of like family reasons too. It wouldn't make sense for him to go anywhere else outside of Barcelona. So he looked for the next best offer, and the only offer really was the Al Halal move. And I'm pretty sure he had an MLS offer, but it was probably nothing in comparison to
Oh
what
no,
Al
no way.
Halal. So I mean, I can understand why Neymar went there, although it is like for me as a football fan, me as somebody who really, really like I was a big fan of Neymar. I don't know if
Oh,
I should
yo,
use
way.
was or is. I don't know where I stand right now. As long as he's preventing Goat Naldo from getting trophies, I'm still a fan, I guess.
No,
But look,
so is there any way to spin the narrative that he is still going to a competitive league with the amounts of players that the Saudi Pro League have acquired this summer?
nah, look, a lot of people think I'm a contrarian, specifically to Goat Naldo. Um,
Yes, you are, man. Shout out to
so
my guy, man.
look, I've done research about this, and the Saudi Pro League, the league that it's actually incredibly similar to is the Serie A. If you actually look at like the league itself, it's like a three-headed monster. It's Al Hilal, Al Ittihad, and Al Nasser. So the
Efitaka saying what's up, though. Efitaka saying what's up, I think.
well, no, I'm saying historically
Yeah.
speaking, those three teams are the teams that are the most biggest. And the reason why I say it's similar to the Serie A is because it's like Juventus, Inter Milan, and Milan. They're the teams
Yeah,
that
yeah,
have
yeah,
won the
yeah.
most league titles. And if you actually look, like I don't actually believe this Saudi league is actually competitive, if I'm being brutally honest, because the four teams that got reinforced the most, three or four of them are the three like most like already successful teams. That's like having Saudi Arabia invest into La Liga and they
Mm.
only invest into Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico
Yeah,
Madrid.
yeah, yeah.
That makes no difference. They're already the three best teams in the league, anyways.
Mm.
So historically speaking, all it has done in for the Saudi league is make the strong teams even stronger, and the other 14 teams have pretty much been left to dry. Like if you look at the team that Steven Gerrard is in charge of, El Atifak, whatever it's called, bro, they only signed Jordan Henderson. They have Moussa Dembele and some other Scottish dude. I don't even know what the hell his name is. And the rest of the guys, they were just left with peanuts. But if you look at who El Halal had, if you look at who Naldo's team, um,
No, the dispense well, man. Dispense well.
those three teams, and the one that just played I think it was Firmino's team.
Mm.
Yeah, those are the four teams that got a massive investment. And if we're gonna be honest, like I said, I don't think this league is competitive. It's very star driven. I actually question the sustainability of this league. I want to see where this league is in 2-3 years from now, when Cristiano probably retires,
No,
Benzema
but have you
retires.
heard the news though? Like they said by 2025 they want um,
Oh, with
Saudi
the
teams to
yeah.
be in the Champions League.
Yeah, to be honest, I would not be surprised if that happens, but it's going to be interesting because if they do allow those teams into the Champions League, then there's going to have to be a question with financial fair play because or else, like, they're going to be the most dominant teams
Yeah.
while other teams in Europe can't even spend a fraction of what these guys are spending. So I
So,
don't know,
okay,
to
okay,
be
okay, okay,
honest.
okay, let's talk about real talk. Is it fair to say Neymar is pretty much retired? He's not relevant now, leaving the European markets because the issue here is, guys, I told you, I'm not here to be pro-European. You can see me. My skin is dark brown. I ain't Caucasian. So, but it's all about the elite market.
Yeah.
For the Saudi Pro League to be even near on par with the European markets, it's going to take more than one transfer window.
No, for sure.
Like it can't one transfer window will not make you as a market compared to Europe because Europe, I'm sorry, that is where the plethora of the best talent is there. Now, certainly you've found some pretty good talents, some pretty good ones, but Mbappe is still in Europe, Pedro is still in Europe, Vini is still in Europe. There are several players who are currently either one of the best or future best are still in there. And let's keep it real. No, Ricardo, let's keep it real. Have the Saudi Pro League signed a current top player who you consider is a player who's been very coveted? Because my thing is that Milinkovic Savic, he was coveted about a few seasons back,
Yeah, I remember when he was being linked to Real Madrid and
and
just
and
never
Man United
materialized.
as well.
Yeah.
I think that was before the 2018 World Cup. like Koulibaly, you missed the boat back in 2017, 2016. So
Yeah.
have you signed? Because again, people say, "Oh, but we signed Neymar." But what have you found? Chelsea didn't want him. Barcelona did not. Were hesitant towards getting him. So you are yet to sign a player who is seen as either one of the best players right now or one of the most coveted talents.
Yeah.
So you've signed good talent, 100%, but these are not like people are not rushing to sign Firmino. People are not rushing to sign Cristiano. They're
Yeah.
not rushing to sign Koulibaly.
So like this is good because I've actually looked into this too. I look at the players who they actually been signing, and I've learned like three categories. They're signing players, mega stars, like mega names who are looking to get the bag, which would be your Cristiano and your Benzema. Like let's be honest, this is probably the last big contract they're gonna get unless they
Yes.
extend for a further year. Then you have players who were at clubs that didn't necessarily succeed, and those clubs were looking to dispose of them, which would be your Neymar. PSG didn't want him anymore.
Yes.
Your Sadio Mane, Bayern Munich didn't want him anymore, right? Koulibaly, Chelsea didn't want him anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of the class of player they are. And then there's other players like your Milinkovic Savic, your Ruben Neves, players that they were good at mid-table clubs, but they can never make it to the big teams. Like I know Barcelona was rumored to sign Ruben Neves, but it never materialized because if you look at the time in between, we signed the Oriol Romeo guy who was probably a better stylistic fit, and then we signed Ilkay Gundogan. So even though he was probably in that conversation to move to a big club, he was never like that type of player to be like, no, we have to get him, we must get him. Um, it's the same thing with right now we're hearing with Emerick Laporte. Like he might go to El Nasser, but he's a player that Man City don't even mind selling.
Yeah.
So
Guardiola
yeah,
has been
so
bought.
they ended up getting him another left-footed center back. So I think for the players that I think the players they have acquired is good.
Yes.
It makes it a great spectacle. The viewerships will be going up, but I don't think as a whole the quality of the league is going to go up because my point still stands that in terms of what makes a league quality and competitive is when the average player in the league is higher in quality. But if you're signing these players like your Firminos and all these guys, the quality in those guys on the top teams compared to the rest of the league, you've made the parity of the league even worse.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, like
It-
it's not basically now like everyone that's once part of that four, they're
For
completely
sure,
irrelevant.
and like I was looking at it too because I was having this discussion with one of my cousins about it. If you look at the last 10 seasons in the Saudi league, it has been won by those three teams, the three-headed monster in Saudi, Etihad, Halal, and Nasser. They're the three teams that won the last 10 league titles, and they're the ones that are the most heavily invested. That's not going to change anytime soon.
No.
So I don't know. I think the players they've signed haven't been necessarily the in terms of longevity, but in terms of like to kickstart the project, yeah, they've been good signings. I think even like I'm hearing rumors about what's it called, Alisson might be signed. I'm hearing rumors that Mo Salah might be signed. If they can get a Mo Salah I mean Alisson, I don't know how much a goalkeeper really moves, but someone like Mo Salah,
Oh, Salah
that
will be
will be
huge.
massive.
That'll be. You see, but that's why I think. Look, for Neymar, like I just feel that um, it's over. I think I just think it's over for him. But because you shared this on the members hangers, I want you wanted to share this here because we seem to differ here. Because now it's crazy. We can actually even pretty much begin in retrospective on Neymar's career. That's how wild it is. I've always said that Neymar's see, it's almost three things. I feel that Neymar's greatest achievements is the UCL. But you said his greatest achievement was winning the Copa Libertadores as a 19-year-old. But put those two to one side. I think Neymar's finest hour, which is just what makes things this so depressing where he's right now, is Miracle at Camp Nou. Again, that's probably one of the finest 9 minutes we've ever seen of a player. 9 clutch minutes, where this guy was instrumental in 3 goals that got his team back in a tie where they were down an away goal. So when you just look at the Copa Libertadores, you look at the treble, you look at that ridiculous individual performance against PSG local at Camp Nou, and you now fast forward to here, it's sad, man, because the fact of the matter is that Neymar failed. He
Yeah.
failed. So Neymar's success may not like this. You having the record goals for Brazil isn't good. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
You don't have a Copa America. You don't have a World Cup, And let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a stack. Dino's UCL means more than Neymar's UCL.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'll reiterate the point that I said in the hangout for those who
Mm.
aren't part of it, which you should be, because those Monday hangouts are,
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
shall win, man, shall
yeah.
win.
You think these hangouts are good here, man? Those Monday hangouts are insane, but y'all should. Um, I've said this in the hangout for the people that haven't thought of this. When I look at Neymar, I think he's the second most talented player in the last 20 years, second to Messi. And I think that Neymar is closer in talent to Messi than whoever you believe is the third most talented.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at Neymar and Messi and what they have accomplished in their entire career, there's a huge gap in what they've both been able to accomplish. And I think for Neymar, I mean, I don't know if failed is the right word, but definitely underwhelming. Like his
Unfulfilled potential.
unfulfilled, like definitely unfulfilled potential, and this probably is the biggest most unfulfilled potential, because I can't think of another one. Because let's be real, Robinho, like his career barely even started.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing, like, Neymar was like, we saw glimpses of glory, and
Yeah.
then it kind of cut off.
No, but because I think, could you say that he was the most talented Brazilian since Arnan and Pele?
Yeah, because I think he's more talented than Ronaldinho. Although
Yeah.
I would put Romario in that conversation as well. I think he's one of the most overlooked Brazilians as
It's not
well.
it's of no, but just based on just pure talent,
Yeah,
I think Neymar was more talented than Romario. Like Romario was a crazy unique player,
yeah,
but just based on like here's what I say, and guys may think this is crazy. We all know how we feel about Dino as football fans and everything. Neymar is more talented than Dino. Dino is just one of the most unique creatures we've ever seen create a football pitch.
yeah,
So what he did was just extremely unique, and he's one of just the most special creations we've ever had in football history. But based on just footballing talent and the amounts of the varied skill set that Neymar is one of the most talented players that we've ever seen.
yeah, by far. And I think for me, I'm one of the people that sit on the camp, even as a Barca fan, that I understand his move to PSG. I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, it was a financial decision," which, that it probably is true as well. But I think both things can be true. I think that he took the money, but he also took the opportunity to be the leading man of his own team, and this was obviously before, we find out who PSG really are as a club. Um, but I think those things can be true. Some people say it was an early retirement. I like I said, I respect the challenge. I will never fault a man for daring to be great, which is what Neymar was trying to do. But I think ultimately how it ended, like, he was always injured when it mattered in the Champions League. He missed about like 50% of the League One games at the 6 years he was there. I think it's hard to even say his career at PSG was a success. So for Neymar, like, I'm disappointed as a massive fan of football, as a massive fan of him. Like, I am incredibly disappointed in him, and I think with this move to Saudi, like, I think this is actually more as like this is retirement more so than the PSG one. I mean, the only thing Neymar has to accomplish here, I've been hearing that he has the Copa Libertadores, he has the Champions League. If he can win the AFC Champions League, he would be the first player to win a continental title in three different continents, which is a possibility because last year in the last AFC Champions League, Al Hilal was in the final, and look at the players they have now. They
Yeah.
lost that one, so if they can go back to the final and win, well, then Neymar has, I guess, some legacy points there. How much will it be? How much will it really weigh in terms of discussion and with other people? I really don't know, but I think Neymar as a whole, it's just been incredibly disappointing.
I mean, like, so what happens now? Like, so it's a 2 year contract. So in 2 years' time, where do we see Neymar? Because I said to guys that here's my thing: win or lose, if he had either won that World Cup or lose a World Cup, Neymar would have already mentally checked out. Because Brazilians post 30, it ain't it. And you can look at the data of Brazilian superstars, attacking superstars post 30, they check out. So most of these guys, Brazilian attacking superstars who are like in the face of a team, they're trying to make sure that they actually win that Dubinsky and they get that World Cup dub before age 30.
Yeah.
So my thing though is I like, is there a path back to Europe for Neymar after the stint in Saudi?
Oh man, I mean,
Because some Barca guys who are still hoping, say, hey, maybe, like
yeah.
because I just don't know a Neymar at what age 32, 33, 34 is that passionate about football. I can't see a 33, 34-year-old Neymar still passionate about football.
As long as Neymar is within the ages of like under 35, I think he's always going to be linked to Barcelona. And like to me, like him, this was the opportunity. This was the last opportunity for him to come back to Barcelona, for whatever it was worth. I think I can say right now, 2 years from now, when that contract at Al Hilal ends, there's gonna be those rumors about, oh, Neymar coming back to Barcelona, blah blah blah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Barcelona taken, even though I think that would be a complete step in the wrong direction. Um, but for Neymar, I mean, you're there for 2 years. You're gonna be 33, maybe 34. What are your options at that point? I Unless he like balls out like crazy in Al Hilal and he doesn't get injured by some miracle at any point. He has like two injury-free seasons and he wins the Copa America, which I don't think that's gonna happen for him anyways.
Yeah, no.
I maybe to a team in Europe. I think honestly, in my opinion, I think he really only wanted to return to Barcelona. And if he doesn't get that, I think he's probably going to go to Inter Miami, replace Messi, or go back to
It's
Santos.
no, because you hit on a very interesting point. That maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I just look at the promo images of him at Al Hilal and everything, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm just using my sixth sense. I don't think that looks like a happy player. I think Neymar, because you hit the point, he wanted to go to Barcelona. He really wanted to return to Barcelona. He this is very similar to Messi to PSG. Okay, yeah, good, I'll go. I don't want to go to PSG. There's no real desire for me to go to PSG, but it's the best decision that's there. So for Neymar is I want to go to Barca. That's just where my heart wants to go. If it ends there, the next best thing for me and the next best opportunity based on salary pay level. Because here's my thing. Of course, Neymar would take a pay cut and say, okay, what do I need to do to come out to Barca? But if that's not going to happen for him, next best thing, all right, Al Hilal. But and that's what worries me about his stint here. You're not going to see a happy. Is he going to be happy in Saudi Arabia? Is he really going to get an effort? Is he going to be the nay there? Keep in mind that's man. Because I think Neymar right now is like, wow, my career, bro. Because Neymar really believed that the Barca thing would happen. He believed, oh no, come on, of course they won't want me back. It would be amazing to have him return. So he was so focused on that happening that with that not happening and him now having to do the detour to Saudi Arabia, I'm like, I think he's now fully checked out of football.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't bet against it because when you get, I mean, I think I can't remember who said it, but when you wake up on like silk sheets, it's kind of hard to be motivated. And like what Al Halal has offered him, bro, like probably even I wouldn't take the sport that serious. You signed the contract, it's secured.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna go there maybe being the most competitive. I think he'll probably still put in a shift, but I don't expect him to be as driven as had he came back to Barcelona because I think if he would to go back to Barca, he would have a like there's like a narrative there for him to be motivated by like I gotta win back what I should have never left. I gotta win back the hearts of the Barcelona fans. And I think that would have been something that motivated him at Al Hilal. He's gonna get treated like a king. He's gonna get I think the fact just getting those Parisian fans off his back
Yeah.
is like a huge weight off his shoulder. And he's probably gonna go there and enjoy himself. Like look the amenities that he that he signed to at Saudi Arabia.
Wait,
Jesus
with 20
Christ.
bedrooms, like 12 sevens. I mean,
Yeah, they gifted him a whole boatload of like supercars, a chauffeur 24/7. I heard that. What I don't understand is that he's getting paid like I believe was it like 150 million a year with
yeah.
everything. And on top of that, one of the amenities was that he all his activities in Saudi
Are
Arabia
they
are
all
paid
paid
for.
for?
So like, what's the point? Like everything in life is free. On top of you make money for living a free life. Like this is an insane
Bro,
contract.
look, man,
So
this whole Saudi thing is crazy, bro.
yeah, for sure.
This
I
whole
mean,
Saudi thing is crazy insane, man.
no, it is nuts. But shout out to Ronaldo. He definitely was the reason he went
No,
there.
no, he was. Let's see, guys, for Ronaldo fans, we both agree here. Me, Cristiano Ronaldo should be thanked
No, but
for
HH, think
the
about it.
bag.
Because if I'm looking at that Benzema contract and I'm looking at that Neymar contract, there is no way in hell I'm gonna accept that contract if Ronaldo's not there. Like
Oh
he
no,
has
no
to be,
way.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
no,
He
no,
has
no,
to
no. For
be
me,
there.
no. It's going to the only way I'm accepting 300 mil and everything is paid for plus 100 mil is if Cristiano is there. If Cristiano isn't there, I'm not taking that stuff. So
For
Cristiano
sure.
is a key reason why I'm taking that money. It's
I'd rather take
because
10 million Barcelona than the 150,
yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, easily. Shout out to Ifman. Ifman, thank you for the Binsky, man. Neymar's biggest legacy, ironically, is his move to PSG for forever destroyed the market. Yeah, Barca fell off, three big flop signings, and economic mess. Do you think Yeah, I think we probably touched upon this even when it happened. That's probably the biggest domino effect in football history. Neymar's
Yep.
move to
Yep.
PSG, because not only did it pretty much destroy Barca economically, it's destroyed the transfer market. Because remember, I always said like it should move in small increments, so 50, 60, 70. Because I told you guys, I remember when Christian Vieri went from, I think it was from Lazio to Inter for 30 million, and that was the world record. I think
Yeah.
previously it was, I think Danielson went to Real Betis for 25, and then
Yep.
just before the 19th World Cup, Vieira went to Inter from Lazio for 30 million. And I remember guys would say, "My gosh, a player cost 30 mil." So it was a big deal back then for 30 mil. And I think the crazy thing is to jump from 90 mil, which I think was Pogba, to 222. Oh, it's destroyed everything. And I
Yeah.
think hence why we now have a situation where you now have guys like Anthony and Declan Rice for 100 mil. Like everything has just been effed up, man.
But you know, my thing is that it wasn't only the fact that I actually don't even think it's Neymar's fault because it was more so PSG's fault for actually being that insane to pay that money. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think it's Barcelona's fault either because they're like, who's ever going to pay this amount of money? And not only that,
Yeah.
when they did get the hold of the money, they couldn't. Teams that were going to sell to Barcelona, they were going to be like, we know you have money.
Yes. We knew you
There
got the
is
money.
no way we're gonna sell you anything
No,
less than a
no. So
crazy
Liverpool
fee,
like,
right?
no, cough it
Yeah,
up. We know
even
you got it.
Dortmund.
We know you got it.
Yeah, Dortmund. So Barcelona had no leverage despite the fact they had so much money, and this is all like a ripple effect policy, Bartonomics. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a huge ripple effect.
What's it called? So shout out to your boy Alhambra. Thank you for the up. Guys, look at the bigger picture. Saudi FA are pushing for inclusion in the UCL for 2025. Maccabi Haifa versus Hilal is going to be fire. You know what I said? I said money talks, and bullish walks. Give give Chefrin enough money, he'll figure out how to put the Saudi teams in the UCL 100%. All Chefrin says, I don't just pay. I have a price. Pay that price, and 1000% I will cater for Al Hilal, Al Hilal, or Al Nassar, Etifak, Al Alia. You guys can make your ways in here. And I think, look, I don't know how the story goes. Honestly speaking, for you, because obviously, like, some guys are like, nah, this can't be sustainable. I do not know. I do not know. Like, one part of me says that Saudi Arabia just want to just do this in a short term. Then afterwards, because remember, golf, boxing, I think even F1 as well, Saudi Arabia are really putting their fingers into many different sports. I told you, what's it called? Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury are fighting in Saudi Arabia later this year. So they're putting their fingers in all sports. So I don't know whether this is like a short term thing for some kind of like political bigger picture thing, or whether, oh no, they're really serious about being
This
a
is
mainstream
more
of
so
sports.
for their bid for the 2030 World Cup. So I kind of see like this for the next 8 years or
Wait, so,
7 years.
so that's 2030. So are they up against the Spain Ukrainian bid?
Spain, Portugal, like kind of the Iberian, because it's. I think they dashed away Ukraine. They're like, all right, this political agenda is not working. They included
Yeah.
Morocco, I believe, but they're also against with Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay. I think they want to do that because of the 100-year anniversary,
Oh
and the first World Cup was hosted in Uruguay, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Ifman again, man. Thank you for the dope, Ifman. After Neymar's Saudi stint, he will go to the MLS. He will go to Miami as replaces Messi after retires. Go to NYFC Business or LAFC for Hollywood. You know what? Someone even mentioned before. I don't think. See, here's my thing. Do you think so? After his stint at Saudi, Santos or MLS for Neymar?
I think whatever makes him the most money. I wouldn't be surprised if he extends at Al Hilal.
Stop it. Extends.
Yep. Why not? He's always been money driven. I mean, let's be honest. I think one thing Barcelona fans don't want to talk about is that the decision that he made from going to Barcelona, Real Madrid first from Santos, could have been a financially driven decision because we saw what happened with Barcelona and Neymar and the whole legal dispute with Sandro Rosell and that stuff, which he had to serve prison time, the former Barcelona president, because he was like doing illegal fees. And then from where do you go from Barcelona to PSG and now PSG to Al Hilal? He might have been money driven this entire life. So, it wouldn't surprise me.
All right. So let's touch upon this right now. All right. Simple question here, man. Who deserves the UEFA Men's Award? The tree trunk, De Bruyne, or Messi? And why isn't Rodri in this list, even though he scored in the UCL semi and the UCL final?
I think it's pretty obvious when you're looking at the criteria. It's obviously going to be Messi if we're going to be brutally honest.
But here's the thing: how are you counting the World Cup though?
I think how this award actually works is players that have played under a UEFA member, like the club, which Messi has spent the last season at PSG, and they're a part of UEFA. So they're accounting for players that played under that UEFA banner. I don't think this what's it called? This prize has anything to do exclusively with UEFA competitions.
That's what I thought. Because
that's what I initially thought
because
too.
if it's a UEFA award, I would think that it's going to weigh heavily on what you do in European leagues and what you do in the Champions League, Europa Conference League.
But the thing is, if we're going by that logic about what you do in UEFA competitions, then this award is heavily biased towards non-European players. That means players who are non-European, they have a harder time winning this trophy because
but one thing that is okay. What's the difference between this and the FIFA award? Because I think that if you have because each award should cover specific things. Because it's stupid that there's a Ballon d'Or and a FIFA. Because those should just be one thing. There should be one award that encompasses everything. Then, like the well, I suppose so. Because if you look at like the CAF award for Best African Player, that also covers how. See, it's weird though, because that CAF award is for African players. You see, this award is this for. It's obviously not for European players, because if you're a UEFA award, are you about for European competition, or you're just about everything? But if you're for everything, then that's for FIFA.
Yeah,
for Ballon d'Or.
it doesn't really make much sense because if you're saying the CAF has for specifically African players, makes sense. Then so should be the
UEFA.
I don't know if CONMEBOL has one. I know like the countries I know like Brazil has their own like Brazilian Player of the Year. I know Argentina has their own, like those countries they do, but I don't know if the federation itself has that. But you are right. Like, what do these awards? Because I know France football, the Ballon d'Or, like now that's a separate entity in itself. Before it used to be FIFA Ballon d'Or. So France football and FIFA were together; they were joint. And then obviously when they separated, FIFA the best with a cringy ass name came to its own thing. I think that encompasses everything.
Wait, don't insult the best. They gave me a free memory stick, man, when I went there. So,
so I mean, the UEFA, like you're probably right. Maybe this should be exclusively an European award, but I think if they do that, it kind of actually does cheapen the award.
That's no, because you see, that's why because our last topic is actually pertaining to this, which is these individual awards. They're freaking stupid.
It doesn't make sense.
But these individual awards, they're just there for social media and Twitter interactions. Because see, but all I'll say about that award, because here's my thing, I don't give a damn who wins this award. But all I'll say is that shouldn't Rodri have been nominated?
I think so. I think he should have been more nominated than Kevin De Bruyne. I like to be honest, like I know a lot of the Ronaldo fans are upset because one Messi's top 3 and he's probably going to win it.
I mean, if you can do World Cup, then they'll give it to him.
Yeah, I know Vinicius wasn't nominated either, or top 10, which I think Vinicius should have been top 10. There's a lot of questionable names in that top 10.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if Haaland wins this one and then Messi wins the Ballon d'Or. I think that would kind of be more the fair sense. But then again, it kind of makes no sense if Haaland wins UEFA Men's Player of the Year. Then how does Messi win the Ballon d'Or? Kind of doesn't make any sense.
No. See, that makes more sense to me because if he wins this award, that means that you're focusing on what he did in the European League
Yeah.
and in the Champions League. If Messi wins the Ballon d'Or, we all know that Ballon d'Or weighs the World Cup very heavily. That's how, bro. Cannavaro was useless in the 05-06 tournaments. I think they went out to Arsenal, I think in the quarters or something.
Yeah.
But based on what he did at the World Cup, that's how he won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
So my thing, like Messi already, the Ballon d'Or, that's already done though because Ballon d'Or, we know that is in a World Cup year, it's heavy. But this whole UEFA award, my thing is that because if you give it to Messi, so you're discounting a player from a treble-winning team, which is crazy.
But the thing
Because I said in my video that like, if a team wins a treble, unless you have a situation like a Rivaldo, who had that crazy season in '99, because I think Rivaldo won the Ballon d'Or in '99 when United won the treble.
Yeah.
Unless you have that, it was fair for that all three players should be from a team that won the treble.
Yeah, but I think the problem with that is that when we look at this Man City team, I mean, yeah, Holland has the numbers. There's no denying that. But when I look at this Man City team, I don't think it was like specifically led by one guy. Like this is such a properly built team. So it's kind of hard to pick any three. Like a lot of people are saying, well, Rodri scored the goal to win them, so he should be there. But at the same breath, we can't forget about Ederson. Like his 2 saves in that final or 3 saves are probably more important.
Wait, Ricardo, stop it. Lukaku headed this.
Okay, but
okay, don't give Ederson credit for Lukaku's
but it's true. Like Man City, even with that goal, they could have lost that final. But
yes.
I mean, yeah, Lukaku had other plans. But it's kind of hard. I do feel bad for Haaland because he does deserve recognition for the year he had. But at the same time, he kind of didn't do himself any favors underperforming in the later stages of tournament.
Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, no. You see, my thing for Haaland is like, fine, if he gave it to him, cool. Broke the record in the Premier League its first season. Champions League top goal scorer, scored 5 goals in a UCL game. But you ghosted in the semi and the final. Whether for Rodri, there was no better DM in the world last season than Rodri last season. You scored in the UCL semi second leg, and you scored the winning goal in the UCL final. I mean, come on, bro. Like, this shows this awards, they're stupid. It will always be led by huge, massive names. A DM isn't sexy. It doesn't like Busquets will never finish top 3 ever in a thing. When last did a DM finish top 3 of any award?
Probably. Well, I mean, I can't remember, but Lothar Matthäus, I think he won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
but he wasn't always a defensive midfielder. That was only like later in his career. He was always more box to box. But it definitely, the award does definitely have. It needs to have. It needs to be won by a player that can just gravitates the most attention. And naturally, in a sport like football, it's gonna be the forwards.
Bro, I don't recognize this win, bro. Sorry, this is that I will never recognize this win. Never, I'll never recognize this win. Shout out to QC8. Thank you for the dub, QC8 man. It favors the UCL, 2019 VVD and 21 Jorginho, 23 Haaland. You see, here's my thing though. Like, but trust me, they're gonna give it to Messi. Like, Messi. A UEFA award should favor the Champions League, so you should give it to a Champions League winner. Wait, hold up. I thought, so that's the Ballon d'Or. Okay, so VVD won the award in 2019, the UEFA award in 2019.
So Haaland could win. I mean, we don't know. I think, bro, I don't know. I don't know.
No, but see, here's my thing. But think about in terms of marketing. If you're UEFA, wouldn't you give the award to a Champions League winner rather than a World Cup winner? Because UEFA, the World Cup is our award. As an organization, we want to promote our competition. So it makes sense for us to give it to a guy who has won our competition that we have branded.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like maybe Haaland is probably visually PR wise the best.
Like
for the award, because there's also a stat that I heard, and I think it pertains more to the Ballon d'Or, but I think every player that has won the World Cup and player of the tournament has gone on to win the Ballon d'Or. So
Hmm.
if we're following the logic, which by all means should work out, Messi is going to win the Ballon d'Or. So
Yeah.
this trophy, I don't know how much it means, to be honest, because I look, this men's bro, Jorginho won it. Like, come on.
Please. From Suvic, HH, can you name teams better than peak Rodri?
Oh my god.
Wait, isn't so Rodri is he's at his peak right? No. As of right now, there are no better DMs than Rodri right now. Now, should we count what Busquets is doing? So that's Bombas League in Arizona and Minneapolis. No, so because Busquets is cooking, but he's cooking in Arizona, and there's an Arizona tax that we put in there. So apart from like basically, there is no better DM right now than Rodri. No, there
Yeah.
isn't. He's the best DM in the world now. Like you can't name me one better. Um, and hence why I feel that he should have at least been he should have at least been nominated because like Rodri was a huge part of City's treble winning thing. Like, look, if he wasn't on the pitch, City may still win, but still he was on the pitch and he scored that winning goal in what was a very close game. All right. So last topic here, man. So did you see? So did you see Messi's interview?
Yep. You know, I was hoping he was gonna say something in English. Like people were hyping it up that he was finally gonna say something in English.
Look, they said like that dude was saying like Robert Sala said like apparently he speaks in English to his teammates,
Yeah, I think he
but
has to.
I think for him like because his English is not very good, he doesn't really want to put it out in public because he's shy. Was it? But say just speak it.
Yeah.
If you just say hello, good, thank you,
Well,
yes,
there's videos of his wife speaking English, and her English is pretty good. So I don't know how
yeah,
good his is though.
look, yeah, man, it's speaking. So look, so he said, look, these bombers individual awards mean nothing. What matters are these collective trophies. And guys, I told you this for years, and you didn't believe me. You see, this is generational. In the generation that I grew up in, no one cared that Arnan won that Ballon d'Or. No one cared. Because we all knew, okay, yeah, Ballon d'Or, yeah, cool, yeah, good, yeah, wow, whatever. It was about now, are you going to win the World Cup? So, because this argument of like, oh my gosh, Messi has 8, 9, 10 Ballon d'Ors. Do you know what it was? It was the Messi Ronaldo thing. Because they were competing with Ballon d'Ors and it became a thing. And also social media. Because of social media, we have fail comps. We have people messing up. And every little thing you can use to push your agenda for your player, you will use on social media. But pre-social media, back in the 90s or the early 2000s, who cares about your Ballon d'Or? It's about have you won the Champions League? Have you won your Continental Trophy? And have you won the World Cup? And what did you do in your World Cup? So look, I mean, to look, why didn't people believe me when I talked about Leo Di Maria and about him about Leo Di Maria not caring about individual trophies unlike a certain guy at the guy. I don't want to mention his name before I get attacked.
It all comes down to these two fan bases, anyways. I think part of the other fan base is that they want him to believe that he cares as much as this thing as much as Ronaldo does, just
Which
so
was
they can
always a
feel better.
lie.
Which don't get me wrong, like I think Messi to some degree cared about it, probably when he was younger. But I think the more he kept winning it, the more he realized. You got to realize, like he was winning a lot of these things pre 2014,
Yeah.
and then the scrutiny of Argentina losing all those three finals. He's like, bro, I need to win with Argentina. These individual words doesn't mean jack shit to me.
Yeah, nothing.
So maybe that was the turning point around that time, because I remember there was one time where I believe Ronaldo tied Messi for Ballon d'Ors at 5 apiece, and Messi said something like it was like pretty much it implied saying like it was nice being the only player with 5 Ballon d'Ors. So he was kind of like a bit like shit, like he caught up to me.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
you know, as we've seen, like he ends up winning, you know, pretty much a third, three more since then. But I think deep down inside, like he doesn't really care. And to be fair, he's always been like this since he was younger. He always cared about the collective. He's said this from the start of his career. So I don't think this is something him playing like the good boy of FIFA or whatever. Like he's always said this. So yeah, like, at the end of the day, these I said this before that I think ever since he won the World Cup, like the Ballon d'Or, in terms of a debate, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
No.
Maybe it meant something before the World Cup, but now that he's won it, it doesn't
No, no,
mean
no.
anything.
But I still go back to that and think like the real. I think for me, the real thing. I think Messi would have slept very easily, personally, if he won the Copa America, but he didn't win the World Cup. I think Messi's big thing was like, I can't leave the sport without winning something for Argentina.
Yeah,
Like, no, the World Cup was like, oh, damn, I've now fulfilled my destiny. Like, based on the player who I am and my talents and what I'm supposed to do in this sport, I'm supposed to win the World Cup. So wow, I got the World Cup, yeah. But I think for him was like, bro, with the amount of L's I've taken from Argentina, the pressure I was under, me having to retire based on the amount of L's that I took. Shout out to your boy Higuain. For him saying, look, let me just win something. So that Copa America was like, aha, I'm all good. I can now relax, sleep easy.
yeah. He
So
said it.
yeah,
He said it in the interview at the press conference. He's like, it was a kind of a bit of a flex, to be honest, because he's like, I have won everything in
yeah,
football.
yeah. You know,
Now I
was a
can just
flex,
enjoy the
It
moment.
was a
That
flex.
was a flex.
It was a flex. It was a flex.
It was an ego check. Like he was
No,
definitely.
because I remember because he
kidding.
actually even mentioned that. I remember he should mention that. Oh, like I think he even sent it to me. So like he actually recognizes Messi FC.
Yeah,
Like no, because he was like,
My
this
goal,
is
my
actually a
goal.
win. This is actually a win for the Ricardos, all the guys. He said like, this is actually a win for all of the guys supporting me through the hearts and everything. So basically, he was very aware of all of the guys like me.
Yeah.
was getting on his case and so forth. So no, because my thing though, like, hence why. Again, I don't know how to say this to these Ronaldo fans, boys, and everything, because this coincides with MLS. Guys, here's the thing. Now, apparently, the guy who he scored that goal against Philadelphia, they say he's a backup dancer for Chris Brown. They say he was in a Chris
I
Brown
don't
video as
think
a
that
backup
was true.
dancer.
I think that was just a joke. But I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Of course,
You know
bro.
what the crazy part is, HH? That apparently those who like really watch MLS heavily, that was the best goalkeeper in the MLS. Like I think statistically speaking, he was the best, and he has been for some time now. So I mean, maybe
Bro,
it wasn't
no, no,
off.
no.
Like,
Here's the
I
thing.
don't know.
If that's the best, then God bless this league. Lord bless the league, because you see, like what Messi has done to this league is for me. Because you have to understand, this doesn't move the needle. After December 18th, it's done. It's finished. Debate is over. So you guys saying, "Oh my gosh, MLS, what's there to debate?" This is about having fun now. Basically, this is now comedy now. Like this is a comedy
Yeah,
show.
no, but HH like I don't want to give Messi all the credit because Busquets has been
Busquets has been
amazing.
money, bro.
He's been amazing. The teammates around him, they have been good as well. Like I think when you play alongside someone like Messi, your confidence, you want to stepping up actually has like an effect. But I also want to give credit to Tata Martino because in the MLS, he that Atlanta team that won the MLS Cup, that was one of the best MLS teams I've seen, and that was his team. So him coming to Miami and doing what he's pretty much done, and like I in terms of the debate, it doesn't mean anything. But
No, hell
the
no.
single fact that Messi has come to a team that's dead last and is about to win the club's, well, I don't want to jinx it, but if they win,
Leagues Cup.
if
Wait,
they,
hold on, Ricardo, wait, hold on. So you're saying that I've got to set up a post-match Leagues Cup final stream
I
for
mean,
LA Saturday.
if you want all the Messi fanboys to celebrate, if I were you, I'd take advantage. But no, but it's the club's first ever final. It'd be their first ever trophy, and that's insane. Like, bro, I've heard from before Messi was there, this team was like odds on like the worst team to win the tournament, and somehow they're in the final. And look, they pretty much walked the entire damn thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they win. Bro, like somebody said,
Hold on, Streets, wait, who are they playing in the final?
Nashville. That's your favorite place, Nashville, Tennessee, man. That's who they play.
So basically, God, you want me to put up a thumbnail of live post analysis into Miami against Nashville, Tennessee?
Yeah, you could put a picture of him and Miley Cyrus or something like. But look, it's actually kind of insane, like the fact that the effect he's had.
It is stupid how this guy has scored like in every game.
Yeah,
He's just scored in every game. Last minute free kicks, last minute equalizers. I mean, no, but see, but guys, you have to understand, like, you have to understand what this is. This isn't part of any debate. This isn't moving the needle. This is not adding to his legacy. This is about fun. Because I told you, once
Yeah,
you
no,
leave
this
Europe,
is.
this goes for the Saudi League, and then once you leave Europe, I no longer take what you're doing. Do you think I'm taking what I'm doing seriously? No, this is for comedy. And yes, we're going to do a League's Cup post match for comedy. It's not to be serious; it's for comedy.
No,
Because
but
my thing is
okay,
that so this guy's just going to waltz in and give Inter Miami their first ever trophy, waltzing in. That's
first attempt,
hilarious.
first attempt, and like, look, bro, he went to the worst team. Now, obviously, it's Miami, so why wouldn't you? Who cares about the position?
Yeah,
This is the worst team. Like, and to be honest, things are gonna probably get better for this guy because not only is he's just vibing out in Miami, but bro, next summer, this guy has a real good shot at winning the Copa America again, because
yeah.
Brazil, I'm not sure how they're feeling. I don't know. I mean, maybe Brazil, Argentina, you'll never know. Like they'll always one team will beat each other. But if they win the Copa America next season, bro, Messi's on like cloud nine. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, but I think head on like favorites, they should be the favorites.
Wait, do you think he and wait, how the hell can they be in the Copa Libertadores? Wait, are they changing the rules?
The president of the Argentina Federation, Claudio Tapia, he like I believe it was him or the president of CONMEBOL. They want Inter Miami to be in the Copa Libertadores because I guess I mean Messi has never played there, so it'd be good for their competition to attract that name there. But I also know that Mexican teams used to play in the Copa Libertadores, but I know Mexicans wanted to do their own thing. Now they have the CONCACAF Champions Cup, which is their version of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Um, but I think if you bring, Inter Miami, I don't know if this is like a direct invitation and exclusively invitation, because if that's the case, that's a little bit cheap in my opinion. But if they bring the MLS and the Mexican teams back into the Copa Libertadores, it will be something. And I think the Copa Libertadores actually needs it because, I mean, for those who follow Copa Libertadores, they'll know that right now the Copa Libertadores is probably one of the least competitive eras right now. The Brazilian teams are just running a riot. I think a Brazilian team is going to win it.
Wait. So what happened to your boys, Boca Juniors and Red River Plate?
Argentina as a whole is going through quite a lot of financial issues.
Oh yeah.
But the quality is just not there. But majority of the money, like Brazil, have done an outstanding job in securing broadcasting rights and like investors into the league. And because Brazil actually follow the European format of football, it's easier to follow. Like I'm not sure how much you know about like the apertura clausura type of league format, so it's kind of weird. I don't always understand it, and Argentina uses that. So when I watch Argentine football, I don't exactly know what's on the line half the time because of their league format. But I only watch it mainly because of the rivalries and the one of the ties of the Copa Libertadores is between Boca Juniors and Racing, which is quite a big a rival fixture for them.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting to see these MLS teams walk into South America and be completely terrorized by like the fanship. It would be insane, in my opinion.
Okay. I'm actually genuinely worried right now because you see, I still know Pele is officially on two. Pele's officially on two because I don't count 62. I don't count 62.
He's not winning the World Cup, buddy.
No. Forget. Is he actually going to appear in 2026? Because the way Messi is like, wait, I can still play. So if I did not win the Copa America, okay, let me play this out. They win the Copa America. Messi is the best player of the tournament. They look good. Messi's like, wait, hang on. I'm not growing any worse. I still feel fine. And by that point, it will only be 2 years before Copa America, before the World Cup. Bro, could this guy actually turn up in another World Cup? What's this, World Cup number 7?
It was 6. But I like to believe the guy is a man of his word, right? And
I don't.
He said that he's not going to make the next World Cup, so it insinuates that the Copa America is going to be his last official tournament. So I think if he wins the Copa America, he's going to go out on the high. What perfect opportunity for him to win the Copa America at home. I think for him, it's actually better if he doesn't go to the next World Cup, because if he goes to the next World Cup,
end it on a high, yeah.
Ended on a high. But at the same time, if Argentina get grouped or they don't win the tournament, it actually kind of looks better on him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Austria. Yeah. But especially it's like if let's say it doesn't go and then they don't even get through the groups, they're like, bro, wow. But here's the thing: imagine if they do that and then he does like his Zidane, and as a 40-year-old in 2030 he comes back and then he wins in
No,
2020.
that'd be too much. That'd be too
Yeah,
much.
no, that
No, but
no, no, see, then I'll call him the goat. If he wins it as a 40-year-old in 2030, then I'll call him the goat.
yeah, I
I'll call
don't
him
know.
the
For
goat.
Argentina, like Argentina have a really good group of talent coming up. I think he would. It would probably be wise of him and guys like Di Maria and Otamendi to be like, all right, like we ran our course. Time for the new generation to come up because the next generation of Argentines are actually incredibly talented, and I think their talent is actually far more well spread than the Brazilian talents are. So I can see Argentina actually like being a pretty strong contender for the next World Cup. I don't think they'll win it, but I
No.
think they can
No,
make it
because
like
I feel like
a good
they have
run.
the talent, but they don't really have. They have to always have that guy, and they're saying they don't really have
Yeah.
that guy. QC8 says BS awards. You can't have two best. Can only be one the best. Look, it's all for marketing. All these award shows and everything, it's all for marketing. So, guys, we're done here, man. So, guys, remember, follow the Peruvian on. Wait, hold up. You have an Instagram?
Yeah, it's literally Ricardo.uemo.
What the hell are you posting there? Pictures?
No, I only have one picture. I don't always post it, but it's there if you want to follow it. I
Yeah,
kind of just
guys, follow me amigo Ricardo on Insta and on Twitter and everything. Build up his profile, man. Build up his profile. Who knows? The guy could actually have his own channel very soon, man. Yeah, moving big places, man.
yeah.
Spreading the
I'm
wealth, man.
looking at things. I'm looking at things. I'm trying to plan some stuff ahead. So
Oh, wow, it's planned so
now that I
fast.
got free time, but knock the school shit out of the way first, and then see what comes next.
All right, guys, man. We'll see you guys on Saturday for the hangouts. Peace out. Stay true. Still remember, if not for the brothers, that would be a walk-up winner. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.